What's going on, guys? This is XTaze back with another Civ 6 video. And today we are on what I think might possibly be the last of the Abraham Lincoln. We are currently in Atomic Era. Actually, we got to get into the Information Era, but I think we might be able to win it somewhere in here. And I don't know that we're going to get into the Future Era. But this should be, I think, episode 8. And usually each episode's about 2 hours long. And I show you pretty much everything I do every single turn as we move through. Um, so basically, what we got going on here is, as far as our science goes, we were working on nuclear fusion here, and we didn't get a great scientist to boost this, and we also didn't get a spy and to steal that technology. I do believe I got 2 planes building to get the advanced flight, and I got an extra aerodrome building. As far as the map goes down here, we pretty much own this whole continent. I mean, what we do own this whole continent. There's one little section up here. We didn't really go into settling. We were pushing settlers across the ocean here to basically make pushing into this section a lot easier. And then we were also pushing settlers into this ocean here, doing the same kind of thing. We got massive amounts of armies. We're pretty much declared war on the rest of the world, and we're kind of in the later stage here of going ahead and wrapping things up. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and start working on turns here. And you know, uh, we're at the point now in the game where I'm going to be looking to do basically just production and soldiers to cap this baby out for the most part. Now, I am kind of still doing a few other things. We still are getting 496 faith per turn, which is phenomenal. Our gold's still a little bit low per turn, but that was kind of to be expected with the amount of armies that we had going on. And I'm also looking at go ahead and get some of these like cities like this that has power, so it doesn't need a power plant. Um, I don't think we have. Oh, we do have a neighborhood there, so it doesn't need a neighborhood. And I'm kind of just looking to finish out with these. I think I'm gonna go do something like this, where I pop this baby in here, like that, and then we'll go ahead and do a theater square and an entertainment zone like that. Now we can put a Golden Gate Bridge up here. That's one that I am thinking about doing. But we're gonna keep it low. This city's not really ready to cook as far as building wonders. It's got a lot of problems with it going on right now. So we're gonna do that, and we can get another industrial zone. We're gonna go ahead and pop that in right. Yeah, we're gonna stick with that. We'll go with a +2 there, but it'll turn into a +3 when we get that bonus up and running. Got a military academy. And here we can do another wonder. 1 air score for each historic moments. And if we want to put this baby down, what do we want to do with it? This section might be a pretty good spot. Now it does have to go to next to a river, I think, which is why it wants to drop it there. But that should be all right. So we're gonna do this and then we'll go ahead and go. It's not optimal, but it's late enough in the game that we don't need to be overthinking this stuff too much. So we're gonna do that. Got another archaeologist. Let's go ahead and get we're getting 1,000 culture per turn, only 572 on science, so why don't we go ahead and get the science kicking up a little bit there. And once again, more science. Doing floodgates here, and we're going to put Reyna. Where do we go? I think Reyna was in a city that we ended up getting kicked out of over here. This would be it right here. So what we got going on here at this city? Nantes is there's not enough loyalty here to hold it. That's the third time we've taken it, so we're just keep on taking it. There it is. And yeah, we'll keep it. These guys are just pillaging pretty much here, so we'll keep them on that game plan. And they get full loyalty in one turn, so we'll go ahead and wait. And now it's a mad dash with a lot of these guys up north, where we will finish taking over everything we can get our hands on. Okay, so we got our railroad built out to there. If we do get another city up, that's where we'll try to drop it, and then we'll build the railroad out to here because we might be looking to put another city like right there. We'll just defend there. Okay, now we got another military engineer, and yeah, we are looking to get another railroad to connect down here. Archaeologist, late game archaeologist. You're just looking for places that you want to improve, but you can't because there's archaeology in the area. And this is probably our closest thing that we might look at improving right there. Got a late game builder here. He's got 5 builds. We are going to get down here and fix this. He's only got the 1 build. So really, when you got a guy with 1 build, you kind of want to save that build unless it's critical. And it's better to get him on something that's really good like this, or as a repair. And after we repair this guy can repair all that. How far away is he? Actually, we can probably get here and repair this before this guy can repair and repair. So we'll do that. Alright, now this guy instantly builds a lighthouse, and we were saving that for 2 turns there when we build our harbor. And this guy, he promotes 50% experience to enable units, and it works on modern industrial or modern era units. So we're going to probably use that. We're going to get up here. Still don't really have enough oil to do this, but let's give it a shot. Instantly creates a privateer with 1 promotion. Military units get 50% rewards for plundering trader routes. And he only works with Renaissance or Industrial, and we're pretty much done with Industrial era units. So we're gonna burn his deal. We're gonna get our privateer. Go with loot. And here we are, Bolshevik Theater. So this right here, his production is based on the amount of gold in our treasury when we use this, and we don't got a lot in there. So we want to just skip turn and wait until we have a ton in there, because it's going to spend a lot of gold. But we can basically almost buy a Wonder when we get that to go off. And connect these with the railroad there. You get late game, getting your railroads all connected, it is worth getting when you get out here 4, 5, 6, 7 engineers to go ahead and connect all those railroads. It really makes a difference when you're trying to, you know, push your units all forward to finish out the game when guys are just arriving by rail. they just, you know, your armies just move so much faster. So let's go ahead and take a shot here at Pella. And Pella's going to fall pretty quick here. So we're going to mostly be putting these guys to sleep that are not fully upgraded yet. And these guys we're more looking at getting in position to pillage. Go ahead and cross the river. Gonna get him up in there. We'll get him up over here. We want to chop that out. We do want an airport. Okay, we got a trade route. And we're at the point now where we're just boosting Washington with trade routes. All our trade routes are going to Washington. We're going to finish off a nice grand capital here. This is a really solid capital setup I got going on here. Alright, and then we got one build left on this guy. What do we want? I just take the lumber mill there. Okay, now we want to get a quest for religious conversion. And we'll go to Valletta and get religiously convert that. And yep, another Valletta. We'll send both over there. Alright, another pillage. Alright, and we'll go with, we're just going more pillages here. He creates a relic. Like the attack after moving, that's a good one to have. The pillage got us another technology. So are we into biplanes now? Is that where we're at? Are we going to be able to get a biplane on out? So we got one airport here. Washington's building the spaceport. We got this guy. Eureka, one random technology from Modern Air Workshops, gain 3 culture. That's right. We were going to look and see. So all workshops get 3 culture. So this is a 3. We're going to use them again. And this is one random technology from the modern era. And all those technologies are gone. So this is just we're burning this guy just to see what's going on. Oh, we were saving him because there's a possibility that we get another thing where when we use a guy, a great person, we get gold or faith. There's a setup that has that going on. And the only reason I moved back here, okay, we were full up pillaged on there, so we'll come over here. Nice chunk of gold there. And he got burnt by the forest fire. But we're going in anyway. We were going in hot. We were marching through forest fire area. Oop, didn't want to do that. When you get to this stage in the game, one of the hard parts is just getting your sheer amount of soldiers moved. Okay, we wanted Hong Kong, I believe. That's probably why Himiko's here, and it does look like it. We got 1 charge left. Put another corporation up there. Hinoa Mercury Company. And we're gonna skip turn because I want to save the gold for that that next great person I got sitting there. Get our monk hanging in there. I thought we were going to lose our monk for a minute there. Sleep on these warrior monks, man. They're tough hombres. Sometimes it's best to just go and when you get that wonder that gives you 4 of them, is to take 3 of them and combine them and make an army. But we kept them all separate. I got another one down here. Okay, what do we? Okay, production towards space race projects. If a city has either a military academy or seaport, so we will take that because we are officially in the space race. Get our lumber mill going on down there. And continue to push the railroad up. Still one more turn there. Build 2 airports. Build 2 solar farms. Research telecommunications. It's a good chance we don't get our solar farms built first, so we'll start there. Anytime I get anything that's 1 turn away, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I do want to put Petra up there. Hagia Sophia. We can put it there, and that's not a great spot for it. Big Ben. Do we want to do a Big Ben there? Not really. We might just go ahead and do this. Get our commercial hub. Then all I'm looking at is building wise. Right here. Housing, growth rate is normal. A little bit more housing. Factories and more production. I do believe I needed an art museum, so we'll get that. Repair our aqueduct. Now, where do we want our railroad to go? Probably east to west here. Okay, we cleared this so we can get our campus up. But in the meantime, let's focus on amenities. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and do this right here. So when we pop this, it reduces your production time by twice the amount of gold purchased. So watch our gold here when I pop this baby. That right there, we burnt all our gold, but this got 2,000 production. And we're still looking at food, because now we're just making it a nice, big, impressive capital. But I want to go, since I got several options at 2, I'm going to go with the 2 food and then extra production. I want an airport there. So probably the next best thing would be to go ahead and get down into here and start getting ski resorts set up. We're just going to put Himiko to sleep. She's got 20 turns and we have nothing more to explore really, so. For here I'm really just trying to get up on a hill here. And the speed that we're pillaging here is pretty good. So we're going to defend there. We don't really need to keep Hercules down here anymore. In fact, we can probably just start attacking this thing. Let's just do that. Bandar Brunei is upset at us. So I might as well just go in there. Pillage all that. So we're not going to get 8 envoys. They're going to stay upset at us. Okay, now the endless parade. Soldiers through the mountain pass. At least the forest fire is out. So nice job, boys. You got the forest fire put out. Actually, that doesn't do anything. Having units on top of the forest fires doesn't do anything. Other than hurt them. We will start upgrading though. And yeah, that's fine. Okay, he's got that much experience. They got the same amount, so I can burn that on either of them. Okay, now we are into got railroad up. Aluminum. We're taking this down for our commercial district. And we don't need health. We'll go ahead and finish off Pella. Might as well get up here. Pillage. Do we get a pillage? Yep, we do. Okay, we already got one pillage there. We'll go for another here. We're going to swap these two. And one guy has been taking Nantes over, so we can get this other guy out, and we'll leave him here. We'll just let our warrior monk get some health in there. Unfortunately, he's gonna have to stand still, and so will he. And might as well, we can get a railroad here first, then go back and get the other side. So we got a good chunk of faith and a lot of gold to still spend. We'll see, what do we got here that we can buy? I wouldn't mind getting a stable out. Let's see what's kind of buildings are in here. Okay, so there's a barracks there. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for a stable. Is there a stable anywhere? Like right here. And here's a stable. This is what we want. And it's a 3-building encampment. So when you have a stable 3-building encampment, we can build tank armies there. And it looks like we can only build a 1 for right now. And you know, this stuff's all cheap enough now with our faith. We're going to go ahead and just buy all this kind of stuff. And I'm just buying like the 150, 200, faith stuff. Like here's a watt. We can buy a watt. That's a good one. Take the synagogue. Alright, on next turn. And when you got 520 faith per turn, I mean, you can just be, and with Valletta, we can be buying all kinds of stuff with it. Don't even necessarily need armies. And where are we at as far as our victory condition goes? We got 26 turns on culture. So are we going to hit culture first, or are we going to just take the whole place over? So that's kind of where we're at. But here we go. Well, we'll set up down there. You never know when barb camps could pop up. What do you think? 2 turns to knock Rome out? I think 2 turns. 3 turns, probably to knock Greece out. This is a little bit further north. We got galleys. We got galleys attacking our troops. It's all good though. Get extra XP there. And we're just hanging out right here. We'll get bombarded all day long. We'll take this and let's go industrial. 20% faster population, but 5 loyalty for this player. We want Eleanor of Aquitaine. And it was Eleanor. And industrial zone, so worked out pretty good. We got what we wanted there. Great writer, Mary Shelley, we'll take that. Another city up. And we do need a nuclear power plant. We are getting 12 per turn, so let's go ahead and just build our plants. And out from here, let's get our consulate. Very late in the game to be getting a consulate. That's a miss on my part, but we're up so much. It's not a critical mistake, but you do want to get your consulate up a lot quicker than that. Okay, from here we're going to continue to push through the pass. I do gotta be careful that I don't use too much. Okay. Oh, well, I forgot. Actually, a lot of these guys don't use oil. They do in a normal game. But one of my passives for Abraham Lincoln is right here that the units that get created out of those industrial buildings don't use oil. So that is one of the cool things. Okay, we want to play some music up here for Eleanor of Aquitaine. Okay, so here's our lighthouse and shipyard. And bombard again. This might be... Yeah, we don't have any other reason to not take Ostia here. We pillaged everything we want to pillage. So now we're going to get up into here. Pillage Sedia. Go pillage the consulate. 11 turns till his lifespan is out. We'll get up here. Pillage the diamonds next. And we'll get up here and we'll get this mined so that our factory gets a bonus. Getting this ready for our commercial district. Okay, great writer. And now that we got Washington all filled up, we're just gonna get whatever the heck whatever we want. And what I'm looking for is too when I'm moving from city to city now, is I need to start paying attention for cities that have these corporations. And I'll show you why when we get there. This is more of like a min-max thing in a game that, because there will be games that I'm playing that are a lot closer than this at the end, especially when I'm doing like civilizations that I'm only trying to get 7 or 8 cities, like that kind of thing. Then that's where you want to really be careful about that. But for right now, it's not a big deal. And we're gonna get over here and try to pillage this baby. Actually, this guy will hold steady. We're gonna hold him steady. Get up there. Here's our tank army. These are 800 right now. I mean, they're gonna climb a little bit with each army, but we're gonna steamroll now with tanks. And we're gonna get that culture. The name of the game is as many pillages as we can get right now. Not bad as well. And you're continue to push this railroad east. Get our farming triangle here. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. We got another one of these productions, so I can get 32 right here, which should be enough to go ahead and finish off the Bolshoi Theater.
Bolshoi Ballet is a university.
Oh, I missed the. I usually don't like to click on the off the animations. They're pretty cool. I like the animations. All right. Ooh, I didn't want to do that. I clicked the wrong one. I just cut the forest down. I got to cut it down again. All right. So over to amphitheater. One more government here, and since we are working on space race, let's go ahead and get that. Get a fully upgraded governor. Pengala is my first one to fully upgrade. Go clear these soldiers out. Another lumber mill there. And remember, we queued up a bunch of workers here, so we're just kicking workers out every turn here. And I'm looking for whatever is unimproved that is closest. That's the game I got going on right now. So with these right here, it's every other tile. So if I put one here, I can't put one here or here. I can go 2 and 2. So let's do that. Yeah, and this was a railroad. Do I got a railroad here? Yep, that's a railroad. Railroad down to there. So So I guess we can just go ahead and railroad around like this. Now when it comes to crossing my continent with the railroads, all my guys move so fast now. Okay, so this right here was a slight error. I didn't necessarily need to put this here because I could have put another amenity ski resort and ski resort. I probably still could have put this further up one, but we'll see what happens. We're gonna get another ski resort in the bottom there. It's more about like when you're min-maxing your capital at the very end. Like the question is like, all right, how much culture, how much science, how much production can I pull out of this capital? Is kind of what you're looking at. Go Age of Victoria. All right, 1600 faith. What I like to do if I'll start at Washington like this, right? And use these arrows, and we can see what's. And I'll just keep the buy open, and I'll see, and it's taking me through the cities that in the order that I built them, so I can upgrade the cities that are furthest along. And I got 290, and I'm looking for something cheap, like this. It's just every single upgrade is going to add a yield to something. So when you get to the point where you're like, now I'm just stacking yields all over the place. You can see like right here in 12 turns, Sedia would just go ahead and jump to our team anyway. But we're not going to give it a chance to come over. We're just going to go ahead and take it. Oh, this guy kind of got ripped up there, didn't he? These galleys are giving my infantry trouble here. I might lose this guy.
Sure, jets are fast and he can.
Back up there.
This intelligence brought.
Kill a fighter, we're not going to do that. Build 2 drones, we can do that. We're not going to be able to do this unless we get a great scientist. Own 3 tanks, we can do that. And we're not going to get this unless we get a great scientist. So this one and this one we would probably do. These 2 will wait for the bonuses, and this one we're gonna. What I mean, we're gonna research in this order: 1, 2, 3. Actually, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, unless we get a great scientist. I'm a big fan of planting woods on tundra and putting a lumber mill. Now, when's this era end? Because we don't want to get an artifact out of the water. We can wait one more era if the game's still going at that point. Because that's worth an era score, and we'll go ahead and just wait on that. just pillaging and moving. You know, it's when you get to this stage in the game, it's that's an army. We'll go ahead and hit that. I'm just gonna kind of watch and see what kind of blue damage we do. We took a lot out, so that's great. Now I wanted to pillage with this guy, but if he stays there, we're gonna probably lose him. So let's do this. We'll hit there. Finish him off there. This land will flip to ours, and we'll get a little extra movement bonus. So that is it, actually.
The worth of a culture
The end
is not measured by its
has
accomplishments,
come. Domination victory.
but in how those accomplishments last and how they are remembered. The beauty that you have
So
inspired
that is
our
it.
people to
With the
create
domination victory, I haven't done it in a while. Because usually you get a
ensure
culture or
that our
science
culture
first.
stands for all time.
Is it? Oh, they gave me a culture victory. All right. So taking out Rome there triggered a culture victory. So let's take a look at this. Now, since we are here with the game over screen, we're gonna go take a look at rankings. And I finished with a 2565. I achieved Augustus Caesar ranking. Graphs, look at that parabolic move up there. Start plucking these guys off. So that is it right there. Abraham Lincoln. Game over. And we are on to the next Civ that we're going to play. And the next one I'm going to do is going to be more like a culture Civ that is a smaller Civ, and I'm gonna kind of play more like I'm friendly with my neighbors. I'm not going to be trying to conquer the world. I'm going to be more looking to make friends and build up my cities and you know, be a good citizen of the world kind of thing. And I'm gonna look to be a science driven civilization, and you know, 7-8 cities. I'm gonna really tune them out, min max them. Really fun way. Whenever I do a game where I'm pushing armies across the board, I usually like to follow it with a game where I'm not pushing armies across the board. But what I usually do on these is I'll go just one more turn, and then I'll go ahead and let's get one more snapshot, one final snapshot of Washington here. We'll take homeboy out. We'll use him. So this right here is the Washington. One more turn. So we have 24 pop, Washington, D.C. Victory was on turn 237 in the year 1630. Didn't get our spaceport up yet. That was one of our last things. And as far as unfinished tiles in the capital, I didn't get a ski resort here. I could have got a ski resort here, and I could have done another one here. And it looks like, oh, and we didn't get to the tech where I can put one of these gas farms up. But other than that, that's Washington D.C. or that's Washington D.C. there. And so we'll go ahead and hit save on this thing. I'll just call it Abraham Lincoln Road to Glory. We'll call it Abraham Complete. Abraham Lincoln Complete. And save. Alright, well anyway, that's the end of the game is, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this video out right there. But this is X Taste. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.